Lots of people say I have an overactive imagination, which I can agree with them. However, when I was younger, that was usually clicked into overdrive. I used to sleep with the closet door shut, or I would have a light on so I could see around me, so I didn't have to worry about monsters or zombies entering my room. To be honest, I used to be deathly afraid of zombies, but I will get into that some other time. Bringing this back to my current story. Well, childhood story. Years ago, when I was a lot younger, like around the age of 6, I was living at my dad's house. I have a lot of siblings, so we had to share rooms quite often. So for a long time, I was sharing a bunk bed with my older brother. One night, he wasn't at my dad's house and stayed at my mom's house that night, so it was just me, alone, in the room. Plus, I was going to sleep on the top bunk, and when you were a kid, that was like being king of the castle, you know? It was like the seat of honor. However, when the lights turned off, and all was quiet, and it was just me, alone in my room, with my thoughts, my mind started to do its usual trickery. Now, even when I was little, I had a tough time going to sleep sometimes, so I would end up spending a lot of time tossing and turning, trying to find a comfortable position to sleep in. This was just one of those nights. I tried to sleep, but just couldn't seem to get into my pass-out zone, so I spent most of my time trying to think of something to help me sleep. But then, that's when I heard it, breathing on the bottom bunk. What is that? I wondered. So, being the brave, adventurous kid that I was, I froze. I mean, I didn't know what to do. I was too scared to move, let alone go see what was making that noise under me. It was at that point that I did what any other kid would do. Dad! There's someone on the bottom bunk! I heard Dad's footsteps as he came into the room and flipped on the light. What? What is it? I sat up and looked at my dad with tears in my eyes, and I just said, I can hear someone breathing on the bottom bunk. Dad tried to reassure me, and I even managed to peek down and see that, in fact, the bed was empty, and the sheets were even undisturbed. He told me that there was nothing there, nothing to be afraid of, and then went back into the living room to watch whatever show he was watching that night. Not long after he left, I heard it again. I wasn't sure what to do. I started to panic again, and I began to convince myself that, without a doubt, there was someone or something under me. So I called out again, Dad! It's back! So poor Dad got back up, looked after his way too imaginative kid, and came back in to reassure me. Now, I should tell you this, or none of this is going to make sense at all. My family is devout Christian, and everything can be turned into a lesson of life. This very moment was one of those lessons. So my dad tried to tell me something to comfort me, but instead it terrified me to my core. He looked at me dead in the eyes, and he said, Son, that's just the devil trying to scare you. Go to sleep. And then he shut the freaking door. What? Why? Dad? So, I know that my dad and most other people would probably think of the devil as like this little guy you could just flick away. But I was downright terrified, okay? Like downright scared. I thought it was just some monster or some person under my bed, but no! I didn't need to worry about any of that. It was just the literal incarnation of evil itself taking a siesta right below me and just doing it just to freak me out. I don't know what my dad expected, really. I guess he just expected me to be like, psh, great job there, Satan. Really got me. All right, now for real. I gotta go to bed. I got a math test tomorrow, and I really need to ace it. Well, let me tell you something. That's not what happened. I ended up being terrified for the rest of the night, thinking that the physical manifestation of darkness and death was just chilling below me. I don't remember too much after that, besides just freaking out and eventually going to sleep, but good golly, that was terrifying. I mean, could you imagine someone telling you that now? Like, you have a roommate in college, or you stay the night with a friend, and while you're getting ready for bed, it's just like, dude, you're snoring. What? It's not me. What? It's not you. It's not me? Who is it? Who's doing that? Don't worry, man. It's just Satan. He does that sometimes. Oh, okay. That's cool. I'm just gonna go home now, okay? Bye. Anyway, thanks for listening and watching this. I got many other childhood stories that I'm probably just gonna have to explain someday. I've got quite a few of them. But what about some of your childhood stories? If you have any funny ones, feel free to just comment on this video and tell me what they were, or even feel free to make a video about it. Link it in the description. And I'll more than likely watch it. If I don't, then, well, I guess you could poke me with a stick or something. I don't know.